Welcome, the rare gems. All right, let's dive into what makes the Sigma female's sixth sense so captivating and empowering. Unlike anyone else, she has an intuition that doesn't just hint at things, it practically spells them out. Her introverted intuition is more than just a feeling. It's a refined inner radar that picks up on things long before they're visible to others. And the best part? She knows exactly when to trust it. For a Sigma female, this sixth sense isn't a vague hunch or a lucky guess. It's a skill she's developed, honed, and trusted, even when everyone else was still trying to figure things out. When people talk about being in tune with themselves, she's already a step ahead. Her intuition is her guide, her shield, and her compass, helping her to navigate situations that would leave others second-guessing. This ability to read between the lines is why she can cut through the noise, see who people really are, and protect her own peace. She's not easily fooled, not because she's jaded, but because her instincts are sharper than most. She doesn't follow crowds, and she doesn't feel pressured to explain herself. Her sixth sense keeps her grounded, confident, and unshakable. So to all the Sigma females out there, keep trusting that intuition. Let it lead you to people who respect you, situations that serve you, and paths that make you feel truly alive. The world may not always get it, but that's okay. Your instincts will take you exactly where you're meant to be. Let's get started. The rare gems. To gain a deeper insight, I encourage you to watch the entire video to the end and share your thoughts in the comments below. Number 1. Predicting reactions with unnerving precision. For Sigma females, predicting reactions is almost like playing a mental game of chess. Their introverted intuition lets them see several moves ahead, often pinpointing how someone will respond before they've even spoken a word. Friends sometimes joke that it's psychic. Yes, some Sigma women have psychic abilities. It can be supernatural. She has mastered the art of reading patterns and sensing underlying motives. Her mind connects the dots others might miss, picking up on body language shifts, tone changes, and even the energy people bring into a room. Imagine a scenario. A friend is venting about a recent fallout with a colleague. And while they're speaking, the Sigma female can already sense that the real issue isn't just a minor disagreement. She knows this friend's tendencies, their colleagues' habits, and the office dynamics. Before her friend has even finished, the Sigma can almost see the likely outcome of their next interaction, down to the reaction on her friend's face. It's not magic. It's like having a blueprint of social behaviors constantly running in the back of her mind. This skill is useful, but it can also feel isolating. She often notices patterns people aren't ready to confront or truths they're not prepared to hear. This can make her seem distant, as if she's holding back when really she's processing everything that others overlook. It's her way of navigating a world that often feels one step behind her, always watching, always aware, always knowing. Number 2, she sees through the performance and the performer. A Sigma female has a rare ability to see people for who they truly are, not who they pretend to be. While others might be captivated by someone's charm or impressed by their politeness, she notices what lies underneath. This isn't about cynicism or assuming the worst. It's her ability to pick up on details that many overlook. She sees the micro-expressions, the inconsistencies between words and actions, the quick shifts in tone or body language that reveal a hidden agenda. To her, these are like small clues in a larger puzzle, each one helping her get a clearer picture of the real person behind the performance. Picture this. Someone new joins her social circle, and everyone else is dazzled by their charisma and good vibes. But the Sigma female notices something others don't, the slight hesitation when they're asked a direct question, the overly eager smiles that feel rehearsed, the deflections when they're too close to being called out. Her gut tells her that this person's warmth might be more about winning people over than genuine kindness. She doesn't need them to slip up or say something revealing. She's already got their essence mapped out. This can make her seem detached or even skeptical, but it's just her way of protecting herself from illusions. Where others see only the surface, she sees layers and motivations, keeping herself grounded in what's real rather than what's just for show. Number 3. Mastery over their own instincts and emotions. Sigma females have a level of self-awareness that's as sharp as their ability to read others. They don't just rely on their instincts to understand the people around them. They turn that same intuition inward. This means they're deeply familiar with their own emotions, triggers, and strengths. They know what makes them tick, what irritates them, and even the blind spots they need to watch for. It's like they've spent time mapping out their own emotional landscape. So when something stirs within them, they can instantly recognize it and handle it with clarity. Imagine a situation where things get heated, like an argument at work or an unexpected confrontation. Most people might get defensive or let their emotions take over, but not the Sigma female. She's already aware of her own emotional responses. She understands that certain comments might trigger her or that certain situations tend to push her buttons. Because of this, she can keep her reactions in check, maintaining a calm, steady demeanor that often throws people off. She's not suppressing her feelings. She's simply aware of them and chooses how to respond. This self-mastery doesn't mean she's emotionless or detached. It means she's in control of her reactions rather than being controlled by them. Her emotions are fully there, but they don't dictate her actions. This calm, collected approach gives her a quiet strength. She's steady, unshakable, and unfazed, which allows her to stay grounded no matter what comes her way. Number 4, a deep-seated sense for when to not engage. Sigma females have an incredible instinct for knowing when to step back and simply not engage. In a world where many people feel pressured to jump into every debate, defend every point, or prove themselves in every interaction, Sigma women know that not everything deserves their energy. Their intuition is like an internal radar that alerts them when something is a waste of time or bound to pull them into unnecessary drama. And once they feel that signal, they don't second-guess it. They step back, no explanation required. Imagine a scenario where someone is trying to provoke them, maybe throwing passive-aggressive comments or fishing for a reaction. Most people might feel compelled to respond, to set the record straight, or prove their side. But the Sigma woman can instantly sense when an argument has no real value and she doesn't need to get drawn in. Her response? A calm, collected silence that often speaks louder than any comeback could. It's not avoidance, it's discernment. She knows that giving her energy to certain situations or people would only drain her without any productive outcome. This ability to withdraw isn't about being aloof or detached. It's about self-preservation and wisdom. By trusting her intuition to know what's worth her attention, she keeps her peace and avoids getting tangled up in pointless conflicts. People around her might wonder why she doesn't react, but to her, it's simple. She values her time, and she won't waste it where it doesn't belong. Number 5. She feels the atmosphere before seeing it. When a Sigma female steps into a new space, she doesn't need to scan people's faces or study body language to get a feel for what's going on. She already senses the mood. It's as if she's tuned into an invisible frequency, picking up on the emotional undercurrents that most people don't notice until much later. This sense isn't something she has to force or even consciously think about. The vibe of the room hits her almost instantly, whether it's tense, warm, or filled with hidden conflict. Imagine her walking into a room where everyone has just finished a heated argument. The smiles might be there and people could be speaking politely, but she still picks up on the unresolved tension. It's in the air, like an invisible weight pressing down. Or if she enters a space filled with genuine camaraderie, she senses the warmth without anyone needing to say a word. She knows right away if this is a place where she can relax or if she should keep her guard up. This intuitive awareness gives her an edge in navigating social spaces. While others might only realize the vibe after spending time observing, she understands it before anyone even speaks. It allows her to adjust her own energy, deciding whether to engage openly, remain neutral, or even make a quick exit. For her, the atmosphere isn't just a background detail. It's a signal she reads effortlessly, helping her stay aligned with what feels right. We appreciate you, Rare Gems, for being a treasured subscriber. Your consistent support is vital to us and fuels our passion for delivering meaningful content. Thank you for your engagement and encouragement. Number 6, a knack for spotting energy vampires. Sigma females have a unique ability to sense energy vampires, those people who, intentionally or not, leave others feeling drained and depleted. It's like she has an internal alarm that goes off as soon as someone with that draining energy enters her space. Before an energy vampire even gets close, she can feel it, almost like a weight in the air. And without a word, her intuition kicks in to steer her away from them. Picture her at a social event. Most people are mingling, chatting freely, and not paying much attention to the emotional undercurrents. But a Sigma female picks up on them right away. When someone starts heading in her direction with that take vibe, she can sense it almost instantly, the overly intense eye contact, the way they monopolize the conversation, or the way they subtly put their emotional burdens on anyone willing to listen. Instead of waiting for this person to unload on her, she gracefully shifts herself out of their orbit, dodging their pull without causing a scene. This isn't about being rude or unfriendly, it's self-preservation. The Sigma female knows her energy is finite and she protects it fiercely. Her intuition serves as a shield, helping her sidestep interactions that would leave her feeling exhausted or weighed down. It's an invisible boundary, but it's powerful and it keeps her from giving away more of herself than she chooses. Number 7. An unconscious lie detector. The Sigma female doesn't just sense dishonesty, she recognizes it with startling accuracy. While others may struggle to tell when someone is putting on an act, she's like an unconscious lie detector, picking up on signals that are barely noticeable. It's not something she tries to do, it just happens. She catches every little flicker of insincerity, the fleeting expressions, the quick shifts in eye contact, and the tone that doesn't quite match the words. Imagine someone giving her a compliment, but there's a tiny strain in their voice, a hesitation that's almost imperceptible. While most people would just accept the compliment at face value, the Sigma's sixth sense instantly registers that something doesn't feel right. It's not that she's looking to find flaws in others, but she can't help picking up on these subtle mismatches. To her, they're red flags that something about the person's intentions isn't adding up. This ability goes beyond mere skepticism. She doesn't jump to conclusions or assume the worst. She simply trusts her instincts, knowing that they're rarely wrong. Her perception is almost instinctual, an immediate read on a person's authenticity that she's learned to trust without needing hard evidence. While others might take time to see through someone's facade, she sees it in real time. This heightened awareness protects her, helping her avoid situations and people who aren't genuine, and lets her stay aligned with what's real. Number 8. Mapping out people's pain points instantly. Sigma females have a rare ability to sense people's vulnerabilities almost immediately. It's not that they're looking to exploit these weaknesses. Rather, they understand them on a level that allows them to navigate conversations and conflicts with precision. In any interaction, whether it's a heated argument or a casual chat, they can pick up on the emotional undercurrents that reveal where someone's guard is weakest. This gives them an almost uncanny ability to respond in ways that can either calm a situation or make their point with unflinching clarity. For example, if someone is trying to cover up their insecurities with bravado, the Sigma woman can often spot the cracks in their armor. She doesn't need to call them out or use that knowledge against them. Instead, she intuitively knows how to handle the conversation in a way that respects their vulnerability, but also makes it clear that she's not someone to be easily manipulated or underestimated. This skill doesn't make her manipulative, it makes her strategic. She knows when to press an issue or when to pull back, when to speak her mind, and when to listen, always with a deep understanding of the emotional dynamics at play. Her awareness of people's pain points makes her a formidable presence, but also someone who can confront difficult situations with an ethical mindset, never exploiting someone's weaknesses but always aware of them. It's a delicate balance of power and empathy that sets her apart in any interaction. Number 9. Detects true potential in others, even when they can't. The Sigma female has a unique ability to see the potential in others that they often can't even see in themselves. While most people focus on who someone is at the moment, their current achievements, their flaws, or their limitations, the Sigma female has an intuitive sense for what's hidden beneath the surface. She's able to spot untapped strengths, unique skills, or undiscovered passions that others overlook or dismiss. It's like she can see not just who someone is now, but who they could become with the right encouragement or opportunity. For instance, in a workplace setting, she might notice that a seemingly shy colleague has an incredible talent for problem solving, even if they don't recognize it themselves. She doesn't see them as just another worker, but as someone who could eventually lead a project or inspire a team if given the chance. She doesn't need them to be aware of their potential to see it clearly. This ability makes her not just an excellent ally, but a person others quietly seek validation from. People who may feel overlooked or undervalued naturally gravitate toward her, hoping she'll see the things they're too unsure of to acknowledge. Her insight doesn't just lift others up, it also gives them the confidence to take risks and embrace their own potential. She doesn't need to say much. She simply gives people the quiet support and belief they need to see themselves in a new light. Number 10. Intuitively knows who will respect her space. Sigma females have an uncanny ability to know who will respect their space from the moment they meet someone. While others may spend time figuring out through trial and error whether someone will honor their boundaries, the Sigma woman knows almost instantly. It's not that she's actively analyzing people, but her intuition effortlessly picks up on subtle signs that tell her whether someone respects her need for independence or if they'll try to push her limits. For example, when meeting a new person, the Sigma female senses whether their approach is genuine or possessive. She notices how they respond when she expresses a need for personal time, or if they react poorly when she's not immediately available. People who respect her space understand that she values her alone time and doesn't take it personally, while others might press for constant attention or even subtly guilt-trip her into socializing when she's not in the mood. Her intuition acts as a safeguard, allowing her to dodge relationships, whether personal or professional, that would drain her. She doesn't have to learn the hard way who will respect her boundaries because she can feel it right away. It's a quiet skill that saves her from unnecessary drama and disappointment, letting her focus her energy on people who understand and appreciate her need for space. Number 11. Seeing through groupthink with crystal clarity. Sigma females have a rare ability to see through groupthink with crystal clarity. In social settings, while most people get swept up in the collective energy or go along with whatever the majority is doing, the Sigma woman stands apart. She can almost instantly sense when the group's behavior is driven by herd mentality, when people are simply going along with the flow because it feels safe or popular, not because it aligns with their true values or intentions. For example, when everyone at a party is laughing at a joke that isn't funny or agreeing with an opinion just to fit in, the Sigma female doesn't need to join in. She sees through the facade. She notices how the group might be suppressing their real thoughts or feelings just to avoid standing out. Instead of following the pack, she stays grounded in her own beliefs, immune to the pressure to conform. Her sixth sense allows her to identify when a group is caught in the trap of everyone else is doing it, which is something that usually doesn't appeal to her. Where others might follow the crowd to avoid rocking the boat, the Sigma woman chooses her own path, guided by her own values and instincts, not what's trending or socially acceptable at the moment. It's not about being rebellious for the sake of it. It's about clarity, independence, and staying true to herself, regardless of what anyone else is doing. In the end, the Sigma female's sixth sense is one of her greatest strengths. It's not some mystical ability. It's the product of her sharp awareness, deep self-reflection, and an uncanny understanding of the world around her. Her intuition allows her to cut through the noise, see things for what they really are, and make decisions that align with her true self. She doesn't need external validation to know what's right for her. She has already learned to trust herself. If you're a Sigma female, you're not just someone who relies on what others see or say. You have an innate understanding of human nature, of subtle energies, and of situations that others might miss. You can spot what's genuine and what's false. You can see potential in people even when they don't see it in themselves, and you can sense when something isn't worth your time before it even happens. This ability to read the room and the people in it is not just a gift, it's a power. Remember, your intuition is not something to doubt or diminish. It's there for a reason, to guide you, protect you, and keep you true to yourself. Embrace it, trust it, and use it to carve out your own path in a world that often pressures you to follow the crowd. The Sigma female isn't just surviving, she's thriving quietly and confidently. Your sixth sense is your superpower, so trust it. It's leading you exactly where you need to be. Thank you, rare gems, for tuning in. Stay safe and stay vigilant as always. God bless.